Hi everybody, Mike again with Hills and Haulers Homesteading and Prepping, and it's the end of a beautiful day here. Beautiful weather, got up in the 60s today, nice and sunny. I actually even took my shirt off while I was out here. I live far enough away from people, I didn't scare them. So I took my shirt off just to soak up some of that good vitamin D that we've been lacking all winter, and really enjoyed it. So it's very comfortable. I'm working on the tractor, of course I didn't enjoy that. Ended up shearing off bolts on the where the loader bolts onto the side of the frame of the tractor, and I found out the reason why it happened, and I'm going to correct that. The problem is now is trying to get the bolts out because I've already broke off two extractor things trying to get them out of there. So I got to get a hold of a friend of mine, and I have to weld some studs on there and take them out that way because there's just no welding or drilling through those hardened tips of those bits. So if it ain't one thing, it's another. But anyways, we got some terrible weather coming this week. I'm not going to get anything done out here anyways on the tractor. We're looking at between tomorrow and then Thursday, they're talking 2 to 4 inches of rain in just those 2 days total rainfall. That's nothing to play with. We definitely don't want to mess around in that. Thankfully, we're far enough up on the hill where we don't have to usually worry about that, but it doesn't make it any less muddy up here. So I did get some work done out here with the tractor the other day until I had the bolt shearing episode, and a lot of plans in the meantime too, after we've got to talking about some stuff. So utilizing what we have here, and look at that sunset behind me. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. Never get tired of that. All right, so this area up here, this right here is an old, sorry, dirty hands, honest man. This is an old catalpa tree. We used to call them cigar trees when I was a kid. They get these big long bean pods on them. So it's an old catalpa tree. It actually split and fell. So I'm gonna cut that out of there. It's gonna come out. And then these are all locust trees here. So I'm gonna cut these out, utilize these for posts. This area right here, we're gonna till this area up. Just do a light till, not a real deep one, but all the way over. We're gonna utilize this whole section right through here. And we're gonna grow, we're gonna plant stuff for the pigs. So, and not only that place, but there's a couple other places we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and till it up, and we're going to plant like squash and potato, or squash and pumpkins. And I'm probably going to do some open pollinated field corn as well. And that way, that will be feed for the pigs towards the end of their time here. I mean, they're going to forage and root in the woods and stuff like that, and they're going to eat what a pig normally would eat. A lot of people don't realize that pigs aren't truly a farm animal. Pigs were wild animals, and they lived and ate in the woods and in the fields, and they rooted and they ate grubs and worms and bugs and roots and grass, and I mean they eat all that kind of stuff, and that's natural kind of food for a pig versus what they are, you know, of course, what we raise them commercially as, and how we raise them commercially. So this is an area here. Of course, I want to get some good video. Of course, this isn't the time to do it, but this is going to be some of the area where they're going to be. And I mean, there's a ton of briars in here. There's a bunch of vines, and this is just going to be one of those areas where the videos I've watched on YouTube and stuff of some of the woods and stuff they've put pigs in, what they've done to them and how they've cleaned them up is just amazing. And you know, look at these vines here, how they're just coming up and just wrapping around these trees, and this is what's killing these trees. That's why I have so many of these cherry trees that the tops of them are dead, because of all these vines and stuff like that. It just goes right up and it chokes out the vines, or chokes out the tree tops. But this is what the pigs are going to be doing. They're going to be in here, they're going to be rooting this stuff up. And of course, I mean, they're not going to do a complete total job in the first season that I have them in here, but just look at this mess right here. It's all grapevine, just a mass tangle of grapevine. And I'm sure there's other kind of vine in there, but there's a big grapevine there at the bottom, because we got two different species there. It looks like this kind of white vine here, and then the grapevine right here. So, you know, this is what I'm looking forward to, getting the pigs in here and getting them to root up and eat and just clear this out of here. And then as they do that, I'll come in, and of course, here's a locust tree right here. This big one right here, not the dead one, this one right here. I'll cut this, and there's a couple other locust trees in here. Right here's one, and I'll use it, and it's a nice straight one. I'll use it for posts on my corners and stuff. And there's another nice locust tree. And you know, utilize what we have on the farm and on the property as much as we possibly can. I mean, that's going to save us some money, because this is just a mess. And, you know, honest to goodness, it's a ton of work when it's just me and the wife, and with full-time jobs and stuff like that, to get in here and try to hand clear all this stuff and cut all this stuff out of here and then pile it up and try to do something with it. Put the pigs to work and then let them work for us, make us food. Because after they get in here and they clear a bunch of this underbrush and stuff out of here, then we'll come in and we'll start cutting these old dead nasty trees out. These ones that are broke off and they got no tops to them because they've been choked out by the vines and everything. And that's what we're looking to do, is put them to work for us. Now the other part of that is using the space that we have with the fields and stuff to plant the corn, to plant the pumpkins, to plant the squash, things like that that we know the pigs will eat. And there's also a ton of apple trees back up on the top of the ridge up here. It used to be an old orchard here on the property. And I don't know what kind. I'm just going to call them heritage apples because they've been there for decades. And, you know, there's a ton of apples up there that the deer eat, and they're fantastic. I had them up there this fall when I was brush hogging there at the end of, summer. And I grabbed a couple of them, and they're great. So why let them go to waste? I'll go up there, collect some buckets of them, bring them down here, let the pigs eat them. Finish off the pigs on pumpkin, corn, you know, field-grown corn right here, squash, and apples. Oh my God, what they're going to taste like. You know, they're going to be fantastic because these pigs are going to be eating what a pig should naturally eat. You know, and then they're going to be finished off on vegetables that pigs would eat. And they're not going to eat a bunch of garbage and stuff like that, a bunch of processed food that humans are throwing away. So, you know, that's just... it's a no-brainer to me to do something like that. Now I'll quickly walk out here before I lose too much light. A lot of things going on, guys, in the meantime though. So just the other day, Saturday, we went to Walmart, and my coffee that I drink coffee, we all drink coffee. The coffee that I drink Javalia, the house blend. It doesn't give me a bunch of heartburn. Not that I have heartburn now, but it was one of the few coffees that I could drink that didn't give me heartburn real bad when I had reflux really bad. And I like the taste of it, so I've stuck with it. It was $8.98 a bag is what we were paying for it, and now it's $11 a bag. The plastic, not even a Rubbermaid brand, but the storage totes, they were $16 for a decent size one. They are now $21 and change. So prices and prices are going up big time, and things are getting much harder to find. I just had to get parts for my Jeep, and ended up it's a dealer only item, but they were available through other Mopar sites and stuff online. I called 30 of the 55 states, couldn't get them because they have a chip in them, and those chips are unavailable. So electronic stuff like that for your vehicle, I was lucky enough to find them. I found one in Massachusetts that was $150 more than what they were available or were online, but they weren't available online. I found it at the dealership, and then I found 4 of them in Tampa, Florida, and they were $530. So I bought the one out of Massachusetts and had it delivered to me. But what I did down here is kind of hard to see. So I did get some of this cleared out. I got more to do. I got to cut all this out with chainsaw and stuff and cut that out with chainsaw. But I moved a whole bunch of this. There was a big berm here. Oh, God, probably from the 50s or 60s when they cut a road up through here. This was all bermed up, both sides here, and you can see this is still bermed up. But I just cut this out and pushed it down that way to level that off a little more. And of course, it's going to be wet and squishy because it rained really hard. And I'm going to take some more out of here. And there's a big stump right here I got to get out. And then there's, of course, all this mess back here. But I'm going to take more of this down and just kind of keep working it this way a little bit. I'm already starting to sink. And I'm probably going to sink a lot more. But just take it down here a little bit more. That's not so bad. All right, probably just about to that tree, and then come right across there and just kind of level this off a little bit. And it's not bad right now the way that it is, but like I said, I'd like to get a little bit more down through here. We're talking about renting an excavator, just a medium-sized excavator, so I can get up here and really just get in here and clear a lot of this out. And there's a lot of other places on the farm that if I rent the daggone thing for a week, it's a hell of a lot cheaper, because it's like $400 and some a day, but it's a lot cheaper to do it for a week. So probably just end up biting a bullet sometime in April and we'll rent that thing for a week, and I'll take a week. I'll take a week off work, and I'll get some stuff done around here. And I hate to do that, but it's truly an excavator is what I would need. I mean, a bulldozer, yeah, but you know, until I get mine fixed and running, there's a lot of maintenance I need to do on it before I would even come in here and do something like that. And it's probably going to be better just get an excavator with a hydraulic thumb on it, where I can grab this stuff and just pull it and set it off to the side and pile it up and utilize it properly. And then I can move some more of the dirt and stuff. There's a bunch of stumps around the edge of the yard and stuff where we cut out trees previously. And then there's stumps like this. Then this big stump right here. You know, and there's big stumps back out through here that I've dug. Some of them out off and on with the little backhoe that I have, little backhoe attachment that I have for my tractor. But it's a subframe setup, and there's so much I have to do to get it on that, you know, and it's only got a 7-foot reach, where if I can get an excavator in here with a little blade on it and a hydraulic thumb, man, I can go to town and really get this cleaned up. But that's, you know, that's something else to consider. Like I said, coming up, that's money to spend, but it's going to take a lot of work out of our way and get things done that we need to get done. But just utilizing more and more. Like I said, I know a lot of these are plans for here in the near future, but you know, we're trying to get a lot of stuff done, and that's probably one of the hardest things about this kind of lifestyle, is prioritizing what you need to get done. And a lot of that is you know, we're going through our basement, through our utility room. We're putting stuff away. We're getting rid of stuff. We're moving things around. And I got up here in the outbuilding, and there's a lot of crap I need to organize in that. Probably a lot of crap I need to throw away. We just kind of threw stuff in there. And which comes first, chicken or the egg? Where's your priorities lie? So that's going to be it, unfortunately. So we're going to be looking to do it and get a lot of this done as much as we can, because we need to. It's well overdue, and that's the only way we're going to get ahead in this world, is we keep working ahead to get it done. But utilizing the space that we have, and grow for the pigs, at least towards the end, you know, we can pretty much finish them off. I don't want to feed them straight hog feed all the time, and I won't. I mean, they'll get hog feed each day, but they won't get a ton of hog feed. I won't give them a bunch of it. But utilize all this up here, because this is just, I just mowed this down with the brush hog. So fence post from the locusts, and I'll lightly till that. We'll plant a bunch of corn or something up in there and let it grow. And then here's a brush pile I got to burn, and we can take this area right here and we could grow something in here, because the fence is going to come just on the inside of the woods here and run out just about 4 feet off the woods and come all the way around and go all the way out towards the house out there. So we're not definitely going to burn this right now, because there's been a couple fires here around here recently, and there was one here locally last night. There was a brush fire. So this is definitely not the time of the year to be burning brush and stuff like that. So even though it is wet, the foliage is dry and pretty eager to catch on fire if you get a spark near it. So not going to be doing that. But anyways, we're going to be using more and more of our property for what we can use it for. Just got to plan ahead and prioritize. So lots to do, and that's just my message for today is prioritize. Figure out what you need first and foremost, and just set your priorities and follow each one step by step. I think that's probably been our biggest issue, is we'll get an idea, get started on something else will come up, we'll leave that set and get started on something else. So we've got a lot of stuff that we've left unfinished, and then it starts to build up and you're like, oh man, what do I do? So if I give any good advice, it's going to be just prioritize what you want. Prioritize your needs over your wants, and finish each one before you start the next one. It's okay to plan them out, but you got to finish each one as you start on them. So that's it for this evening, folks. I'm about to lose the rest of the light. If you're like-minded and you enjoy this this kind of I can't even think. We were sick all weekend. The little girl brought home gastrointestinal virus from school, or from daycare, and let me tell you, it wiped us out. So it hit us Friday evening, or Saturday. It hit us Saturday, so we both pretty much laid around in bed all day yesterday and all day Saturday evening, all day yesterday, and just recovered enough today to get up and start doing stuff. So, but if you're like-minded, you enjoy this content, give us a like, leave us a thumbs up on the YouTube channel, leave us a comment, tell us what you think, and share with friends who are like-minded as well. In the meantime, folks, take care, God bless, and keep prepping.